computer. Okay, recording in progress. Okay, now I'm going to share screen.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Every one of
Morning,
you.
Kat.
Hey, I'm very cannot say anything now. You can see from here, it's known as this particular dish that I'm going to share is called Penang Heritage Hainanese Stewed Chicken. Okay, I'm not doing a live demonstration, nor do I do a video. The reason is because I'm not IT savvy. Okay. Uh, as a matter of fact, it's just only more or less like a slide. Before I really present, I'm going to make some introduction first. This particular dish, it looks exactly like the Western steamed chicken.
Can someone mute yourself? I hear sound. Dolly, can you see who is making noise, and then you just tell them to mute. Thanks. Carry on, Kat.
Okay, this particular recipe is actually originated from the British kitchen. In other words, is westernized, right? The Hainanese cooks introduce local ingredients like soy sauce, which the Westerners do not. They use salt instead. They here the Hainanese will use soy sauce, cloves, and cinnamon to adapt to this particular original. That means it's okay. What we will say is a fusion. That means in ancient of old times, they have already done fusion. So if anyone says if they are purists, they will say that hey, you are adulterating this particular dish. This is started from the Hainanese, okay. Uh, but in particular in the Penang itself. Uh,
Somebody is making noise. Can you all mute yourself first while Kat is presenting this slide?
Okay.
Iris. Actually, those that make noise, I will leave a word in the chat, so that you're aware, so that you can mute yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we carry on, Kat?
The stew uses traditional ingredients. This is in the past. They use bacon, boiled eggs, carrots, peas, potatoes, and button mushrooms. The gravy is based on a white sauce called made of butter, flour, and milk. I think our Western train Sally will know the name. Root, isn't it? We call it the root.
R-O-U-X.
Root. Yes. I will show you a little how I do it later on. Okay. And
And on the next slide,
you
would you
can
like to
eat it
introduce?
as a meal by itself. For the Westerners, will eat it by a meal by itself. For me, I will eat it with either rice or even the packet, the bread, the French bread. Is late. This one is I'm going to share later. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of history how I got this recipe. I married to a Hainanese family, and my mother-in-law and her sister, they are the ones who learn it from the Hainanese chef, and that's it passed down from generation to generation. So now it passed up. I'm the only daughter-in-law who do all the I mean who know all the Penang cuisines. So this is one of them. Okay, let's start doing this one. Ingredients, you can see that is the whole chicken leg. That is from my recipe. You can see from here. And I use only russet potatoes because it's easier to cook. If you use the other potatoes, it will take a long time to cook. And besides, I put it in the water because I don't want it to discolor. And then we have carrots, we have onions, and then the in the middle is the spices. The flour you can see. Later I will explain about the flour. And these spices are cinnamon, cloves, and peppercorn. Okay. Now we will go to the
The next one, right?
other slides. Yeah, the slides there. Okay, this is a very interesting part. How and why do I toast the flour? Reason is one word, flavor. That means when you toast it, you want the flavor, right? Now, toasting before any use is to cut away the raw taste. I think I have mentioned before, even in our Peranakan cooking, that it gives us a bit of nutty, more complex flavor. That the aroma comes out is totally different from the normal Western stew, because it has that kind of aroma flavor. You will know it when you eat it. I think Keto has done it. I don't know how much Keto say it's okay or something like that. Keto, uh, we uh, cook over a very low fire. It must be very low fire, otherwise you burn the pan, a frying pan. I did it on the frying pan. Whereas the Westerners will do it in the oven. I do it in a pan, and then slowly and very slowly, you whisk it. And if you want the medium toast, that means the color, it will change from white to a bit of maisic, I say in Cantonese, a bit of off
H.
white,
H.
beige,
H.
beige. And darker, of course, is darker beige, So you can do slowly. You got to do it very slowly, otherwise it really burns. So you just do it, okay? Then it will turn out very nice. The color will change. This one is already changed. The color has changed. Later, when you will see the end product is totally different while I was in the process of cooking. Okay, the next slide. I hope, yeah. Of course, we have to, we did that cutting and all that. So the method of cooking again is like you have to season your chicken thigh with not with sea salt actually. It's actually with soy sauce. The Chinese, that means the Hainanese will use uh, soy sauce and white pepper, and you have to lightly, toast them on both sides of the chicken, the whole chicken. And then you sort of sieve it up, That means the flour is about right.
Somebody please mute.
Let the chicken sit up for a while, you leave it aside already. After seasoning, you leave it aside. Then you add oil to the pot. The pot is really heated up and placed in the pot, and with the skin, that means you sear it, I think again it's not pink lah. Sally mentioned before, you don't say fry, you sear it one side, and then when the side is brown, you turn over the other side. It's searing, and then when they brown, then you sort of turn over, and then you remove and put aside again.
Okay, before you carry on, I still hear background sound. So I would appreciate the other participant, please mute yourself. Otherwise, we cannot hear Kathy. Okay, the next slide.
Okay, then the other part is, while you still have the remaining oil after searing the chicken, you sweat the onion. It's called sweating. It's very interesting. And you add the remaining flour. You need to add the remaining flour because you're going to make it a bit thick. Then you lightly stir fry the onion, and then I forgot to mention, I have my rich stock. That means the xiong tong. You boil it, for many hours, and then you add in. Why I add in a rich stock? To give it the game is the flavor. That means the sweetness down there. If you just put plain water, it doesn't have any taste. You put salt and not nice. It must have some rich stock to give it the flavor, to give it when you eat it, it's boom, and then slowly you add in the carrot, the potato, and the spices. Then cover with the lid and simmer on this. Then you can see actually, if I've done a video, you can see the color is very pale, very very pale. You have to heat up very slow fire again. Okay, medium to low for 20 minutes, and you have to stir it all the time. If you don't stir, it will burn the pan again. It will take a while to. Within just 20 minutes, you really have to stir it and all that. And So you add the chicken inside already, then you stir again. Every now and then you don't close your lid, no, because otherwise you cannot stir. After serving, then you close the lid. And shall I pause here and tell you some story about?
Yes.
Yeah. So far we haven't finished yet. We still have a slide. I mean more slides to go. Is there any more questions that you want to ask? You can ask even now while I'm still sharing the slides. I think I said before, right? I actually have stage fright now. I am a bit overwhelmed. So the only thing is I can share on slides, not on video, not on live. Any question to ask so far about the cooking part, the cooking process, or
I
anything
have
that
a question. So the pepper is only used on the chicken when you season. It's not put into it's put into the gravy.
Oh
What
no,
is it?
there will be two separate flour you're talking about, right?
I'm talking about the gravy that you keep stirring for 20 minutes before you put in the chicken. You don't put in any pepper there, right?
No, I put it together.
You also have pepper in that gravy, yeah.
Oh, of course you have pepper. Yes.
She said peppercorn. So peppercorn is
Peppercorn
not so
is
bad. Yeah.
peppercorn.
Not so bad, yeah.
Peppercorn. It's really peppercorn. Any more questions so far about this part here? Yes. I can't hear you.
When you put peppercorn right wrong, what will be like lumpy when you in the soup, like like when you drink the gravy, like one lump down there, peppercorn.
The peppercorn will turn black from white color will turn black.
Yeah, but will it be like one biji like biji when you eat, like when you take the gravy right wrong, like one biji like that, because you put peppercorn loose or in the sachet.
No, I put it inside.
In the sachet, yeah.
No. Just add
In the
in,
gravy.
because I want the added enhanced flavor. If
Yeah.
you put yeah.
But won't be silap like biji when you take the gravy, it won't be like one lump like that. One
Is there a
biji
lump?
like
Can
that.
you show?
No, when peppercorn is one round, what it's very hard, right?
No, very small one, very tiny one.
No, the corn when the soup is this one, the corn will settle down to the bottom of your quarry. So when you drink the soup, you drink the top only. You don't drink or you don't chew the peppercorn.
You don't get the peppercorn.
No. It sink to the bottom of your soup.
Okay,
thank you.
Thanks, Luis, for answering. Okay, let's go back to the slide. You see, even slide, I have to ask Sally to help me. I'm not a IT savvy.
Sorry. Sally, Shirley, we said she cannot hear. Shirley, you cannot hear because you do not have a mic or speaker on. You don't have, yeah. Terence, can you mute yourself? I think the sound comes from you. Terence, if you can hear me, because I tried calling him, cannot hear. Terence, mute yourself. Yeah, Shirley, I
from
can't.
Jean side.
Yeah, it could be from G side.
I already wrote a message to her already.
Okay, thank you. Shirley, I can't help you because I don't see a microphone on your participant list. You only have a camera only. So I don't know why you can't hear. Probably another way is when this whole thing is recorded, we will post it and you can read from there. You can view from there. So at the moment, yeah, continue. Any more questions? No more questions. I continue.
More questions? Yeah, then Sally will do the stuff. Yeah, thank you, sharing.
So this one, I go to the next one, the next slide.
Yeah, the next one. Okay, you can see the cinnamon here. Talking about cinnamon, there are two types of cinnamon, no? If you are aware, one of them is they call it the Ceylon cinnamon, which has is it multi-level of bark inside, or the other one the cassia? I know there are two types. The one is called cassia, the cinnamon. It's not very authentic according to some experts they were talking about. So you have to buy the Ceylon kind of cinnamon. And anyone aware of it?
Yes, I am.
The Ceylon cinnamon is very thin. The slices are very thin. So when you buy cinnamon,
sorry, can I interrupt? Now, this is the final slide where Kat finished her stew. Then that's the plating she do, and then she eat it with the chili sauce. Let me stop sharing it because this is the final slide, and then we can see the rest, and then we can just discuss. Okay, that's the final slide. Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's the final one. So can I take the question? I mean, the
Someone was
answer?
asking. Who's the one asking question just now?
No,
Sorry.
no, no. She is not answering. She was, Evelyn was giving a,
Okay, then Evelyn, you continue. Sorry, because just now can see everybody's screen. You see. Yeah.
okay. Evelyn?
yeah, I was saying that these Ceylon cinnamon are very thin. When you see cinnamon that are very thick, rolled up, so the thicker it is, the roll is minimal. But when it's very slim, they have like several rolls. So get the Ceylon cinnamon because that's the best. It's the authentic one. Whereas when you buy the other one, it is not the real cinnamon.
Yeah.
And actually it can be a bit poisonous, a bit, yeah. So it's always best to get Ceylon cinnamon.
You can say I'm giving some cooking tips. I actually share my secret tips here a lot, you know. Originally, I didn't want to, but I thought, you know, it's good to share with everyone. I'm not selling it, by the way. I'm not really selling it. But if anyone interested, when you have events or any sort, I will do it. Okay, that part I will talk later. I definitely would not want to sell it, but I can give you the recipe. This is my from really, you know, inheritance legacy. I mean, from my late mother-in-law. And okay, let's go back to the recipe itself. I still have a little to talk about that on last part. Okay.
I'll call Jin.
I mute already. Sorry, I forgot I can mute.
Oh, yo.
Ayo. Okay,
Okay.
carry on,
Shall
Kat.
we start again, Sally?
Oh, that's the last slide already, you know.
Yeah, I haven't finished yet. I still got a
Okay,
lot to
all
say.
right,
A
sorry.
lot to share.
Give me a
Not
minute.
lot, little to share.
Sorry, yeah, give me a minute.
Just say long.
Okay, you can see from here, the pot that I've done it, you know, the color has changed. You see the pot I've done it now? I transfer into a pot and the color is darker already. From the first one in the process of cooking, it was very light in color. Now as I cook, it's darker and darker. And then I put it now on the plate. It looks, because from here, it looks like I have a lot of gravy. Actually, it dries up. It's a very thick gravy. It's not as liquid as down here from what you see, you know. It's very thick in the end. And then, okay, you can see from the top, there's this chili with, it's not soy sauce. If you look at it, you think it's soy sauce. It is actually Lee and Perrin Worcester sauce. In the past and even now in Penang, this is from Penang. They do it. They will have definitely this particular condiment, you know, to go with it. Reason is because it's very okay. Actually, the word is not feeling. I think Evelyn will use the word very settled. That means when you feel settled, it's like very feeling in your stomach, or what you call in Malay jalak. Very what jalak is it? Jalak, right? Jalak. Okay. And then with this, Worcester sauce, actually with a bit of mustard, you know, I didn't put in the mustard. It must have mustard, and then it will really whet your appetite. It's sourish because it's sourish. It has tomato, asam inside, and you know a lot of spices on this Worcester sauce. It will help to really whet your appetite, and you really enjoy this food. There is definitely you have to accompany with this particular condiment. Otherwise, is you just eat like that, it's not nice. Okay, and this is called the art of eating Penang. Any Penang food is always sourish. So this is one of them, you know, it's a Penang dish. Okay, now I have to end it, but at the same time, I will say that this particular dish, you can eat it not really exactly the same or similar, but more or less from Hans. But Hans, when you taste it, okay, y'all go and sample at Hans, and then I will, if I can, I will share with you the actual cooking that I've done it already, and let you all try. It will be very different from the one that you have tasted in at Hans. No, I'm not going to say anything that they are no good. They are very good also. They are very good.
I will stop the video so you can see everybody's face.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So actually, I'm still early with 10 minutes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
If I don't have the cinnamon,
Yes. Cat hole, right?
I threw away my cinnamon stick capsule. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If
Sure.
I put this, cinnamon powder, how much would I have to put for 600 grams of chicken? Powder
I
instead.
don't know.
Can you
I don't
see?
use powder. Yes, I can see. I can see.
I have this powder with me.
Yeah.
Because I threw away the cinnamon stick because too long already. I think I kept it for too long, not cooking. Before COVID, I don't cook so much. Before COVID, we always eat out, buy food from outside. So I threw away because after some time, then what I mean is, this one, how much would I put? How much do you think? One teaspoon, 2 teaspoon? If it's powder form.
If powder form, it's best that you sprinkle it. Don't just put 2 teaspoons like that, because if you clump it, the taste is different. So you just sprinkle a bit, then you just taste as and when.
Okay.
If you like more, then you just add more. And then you say you got no cinnamon, I have plenty at home. When you want to come over, I can give you.
Yeah. Wait until I threw away a bottle of it. I just threw during this
but
COVID
mine is
time.
different because there's 2 types of cinnamon. One is the barky one, the bark. And then one is the one that Nelly said, the one that's thick and then they
Cinnamon,
they
Ceylon,
curl one. Yes, that Ceylon one. I have the big thick bark one. That one's usually normally that one is meant for stew and all that. The skinny thin one is normally meant for. I find that it's normally they use it for sweet, the dessert and all that. They will use that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you want the thick bark one, I got quite plenty. Like if you want, you just let me know. I can just pass over.
Never mind.
Can
Can buy anytime in the market. Thank you. Thank you for your offer.
No lah, because
Thank you for your offer.
wasted mà.
Sira bat pisan tu topayo le. Iko tu cek MRT nengi jam sai jam
Only lah. Dolly.
You fly to me
Yeah, you say tell Keho go downstairs, the tree a lot, just chop 2 pieces, go out and cook candy.
Whatever what this Louis. You
Louis
influenced by Howard every time must tease me one.
I open up to the house now.
Yeah.
Luis, what do you think? I mean, I will not really put cinnamon powder because it is very strong. If you put 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, it's going to be very bitter, and it sort of mar the taste of the liquid, the gravy. So for me, I will be more authentic, more traditional. In that sense, I will take the bark to do it rather than the powder. Now
Okay.
open up house.
Yeah.
Any comments?
Yeah, I would like to say that when you put a cinnamon stick, it just draws up the flavor from the stick. When you put powder, you're actually putting the whole thing into the sauce. So I would not suggest, like what Sally says, just sprinkle it. Don't put not even half a teaspoon. Just sprinkle it. And
for fragrance sake.
Yeah, otherwise you get the whole cinnamon flavor in your soup, which I think is a bit too much. Yeah.
it will turn bitter, you know, after a while, it really turn bitter and it's not nice really. That means you really mild.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you.
We have a Huawei Y6 Pro. I don't know who is it. Can you either change your name or you show your video because I wasn't looking earlier on. Oops, leave already. Weird. Anyway, never mind. So I will stop the recording now. Any more? Do you want to continue recording or ask question about
I
your
think
skill?
we can stop here and then it's already, yeah, stop here
Yeah.
already.
Stop recording.
Yeah, stop
No,
recording.
then no more recording.
All right, then I'll stop recording.
Okay.
Thanks, Katsune, for presenting this Penang styled Hainanese stewed chicken. It is. I could say it is common, but I can also say that it is your special touch which your mother-in-law has done. Okay. Anyway, thanks for sharing, and I shall stop this recording.